this tutorial, I will show you how to implement search and filter functionality within your application using SwiftUI and Searchable. For example, within this list, we can filter by country. This can be done by typing in a country's name or the first few characters of it. If you type in CA, it lists all the countries that include CA or starts with the word CA at the beginning, in the middle, or in the end, such as Canada, and this is what we'll be creating. The first thing we need to do is to create our country class. Select Swift file, click on next. So it should be Swift, not SwiftUI. Then click on next. Type in country. Click on create. And then the next thing we need to do is add our countries array. Really, the country should be coming from an API or a JSON file or XML file. But in this example, the actual countries will be hard-coded within an array. So this is one that I created earlier. I think it's just copying at the moment. I think Xcode is stuck. Copied it too many times. Your country array should look like this. This is a struct. We use identifiable because we want to loop through the actual array, through the list. And we need to give each list item or each record a unique ID. So we need to use UUID, which is here on line 12. And this is the name of the country, which is a variable or property. And then we just add the country names to the instances of the country object, which is here. So we just pass Afghanistan to the name parameter of the country, Albania to the name parameter of the country, and Algeria. And then we just repeat the rest, passing the country's name to the name parameter of the country object. And then at the end of the method, we return an array of countries on line 73, which is this. That's the countries array on lines 18. And then we return all of the countries on line 73 that's in this array, the countries array. As I said before, really this should be coming from an API or a JSON file or XML or some type of database. And the next thing we need to do is to open the content view. And then we need to create two properties or two variables. The first one is called @state. Just the type. Private var search text. And then the next variable that we need to create is to get the actual list of countries into the countries array. So just type in let countries equals country get country. So the reason why we didn't have to create an instance of countries to get the property array of get countries is because get country list is a static variable. Is a static function as displayed on line 16. So this static function get country list returns an array of countries, which is here. That's the type that it's returning, which is open bracket country close bracket. And then now we need to create a computed property, and we do that on after line 13, anywhere after line 13. Var filtered countries country if search text is empty, return country. Else return countries dot filter country country dot name dot localized case incentive contains search text. The computed property on line 15, it just filters for the countries that space on the search text, as I showed earlier. So if I enter, or if you enter CA, for example, it will list all of the countries within the array, such as Canada, or anything that includes the two characters, CA. So that could be anything. Cameroon, Cambodia, any country that includes the actual pattern that you're searching on, it will return. Next thing we need to do is on lines 26 to 32, delete it. Now we need to add a navigation view. Navigation view. Now we need to add a list. And this list will display the list of countries within our array using a for each filtered countries country in text country.name, .searchable, and .searchable is the actual search bar that we're adding to the list to enable the user to filter and search for their country. $, search text, prompt, and then the caption we want to display within the search bar is to search for a country. Navigation title is countries. Now let's run it to see if it works or not. I'll be using the iPhone SE simulator. Just compiling at the moment. Now it should be displaying the list of countries. It's just taking a bit of time. It's code, it's a bit slow. Yeah, there it is. So now, if I type in, I'll just type in any country that begins with R, or that includes the word R. Or B, Brazil. Angola, which is there. Australia, or Austria. As you can see, it filters on the countries, and that's what's needed just to display or create a basic search on your search list. And within Searchable, it also comes with the cancel button by default, so you don't need to program it yourself. It's in the actual API. So just click on cancel. So if I type something in the list, click on cancel, it goes back to the list. And that's searchable. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.